Welcome to the exact moment your reality fractures in the most beautiful, terrifying way possible. The air feels different right now, doesn't it? That heavy, suffocating pressure that has been sitting on your chest, restricting your breathing, making you question your own sanity, it is finally lifting. You are standing on the precipice of a divine shift. A moment in the spiritual realm where the scales of justice are not just balancing, but violently, unapologetically tipping in your favor. They thought they had you cornered. They thought the whispers, the closed doors, the quiet, methodical sabotage had finally snapped your spirit in half. But they made one fatal, eternal miscalculation. They forgot exactly who they were dealing with. They forgot that you are anchored to a power they cannot comprehend, let alone defeat. You felt it before you could name it. The sudden coldness from people you once warmed with your own fire. The unexplainable setbacks that seemed perfectly timed to crush your momentum just as you were about to break through. You spent sleepless nights asking yourself what you did wrong. You replayed conversations in your head, searching for the exact moment you failed them, trying to find the flaw in your own character to explain their cruelty. But the truth, the piercing, heart-melting truth, is that you did nothing wrong. Your only crime was carrying a light so blindingly pure, so undeniably authentic, that it exposed the rotting shadows they were desperately trying to hide. They didn't attack you because you were weak. They attacked you because your very existence challenged the fake reality they built their lives upon. They plotted in secret. They gathered in their little circles of insecurity, comparing notes on how to dismantle your peace. They smiled in your face, offering hollow support and fake empathy, while quietly, cowardly, dismantling the bridge beneath your feet. They wanted to watch you fall. They craved the sick satisfaction of seeing the chosen one reduced to ashes, begging for a rescue they had absolutely no intention of providing. It was a calculated, deliberate, and disgusting attempt to rewrite your destiny and place themselves on the throne of your life. They truly believed they were the authors of your final chapter. But look at you now. Bruised? Maybe. Exhausted? Yes. But broken? Never. You walked through a valley of betrayal that would have shattered an ordinary mind into 1,000 pieces. You absorbed the shockwaves of their malice, and instead of turning bitter, instead of playing their dirty game, you turned inward. You went quiet. You sought the face of the Most High. You allowed the fire that was meant to consume you to refine you instead. And now, the universe is stepping in. The grace period for your enemies has officially expired. The same trap they meticulously set for you is about to snap shut on their own lives. And you are about to witness the spectacular, undeniable downfall of everyone who tried to destroy you. Listen to me carefully, chosen one, because this requires your action. The spiritual warfare you have endured was designed to bankrupt you, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. But God is raising up an army of truth-tellers. And this channel is a battleground for your vindication. I passionately ask you to support this mission, to sow into this fertile ground through the link pinned in the comments. When you support God's work, you are sending a direct, undeniable message to the enemy that their attempts to starve your spirit have completely failed. You are investing in the kingdom that sustains you and funds the exposure of darkness. Go to the comments right now and type this prophetic word, vindicated. Decree it into the atmosphere. Claim it over your life. Let it vibrate through this digital realm and physically alter your reality. Now let us step into the anatomy of their collapse. Because what is happening to them right now is not random bad luck. It is divine mathematics. You cannot subtract from a chosen one and expect your own life to multiply. They are currently realizing that the spiritual debt they incurred by touching you has come due, and the universe is demanding payment in full. You see, the downfall of your enemies will not be a sudden explosion. It will be a slow, agonizing unraveling of everything they hold dear. It starts in their minds. The same minds that plotted your destruction are now under siege by paranoia. They are watching you. Even in your silence, you are deafening to them. They see that their sabotage did not work. They see you standing, glowing, evolving, and it is driving them into a state of panic. They are beginning to turn on each other. The alliances they formed, built on the weak foundation of mutual hatred for you, are fracturing. When the target is no longer reacting, the hunters begin to hunt themselves. Imagine the terror of realizing you picked a fight with someone backed by the creator of the universe. That is the realization dawning on them right now. The doors they tried to slam in your face are being ripped off the hinges for you, while their own opportunities are drying up. The smear campaigns they launched are circling back, and the very people they tried to turn against you are beginning to see the true nature of the orchestrator. The mask is slipping, the costume is tearing. The town, the community, the circle, they are all starting to notice the foul stench of jealousy radiating from the people who tried to bury you. You did not have to lift a finger to avenge yourself. That is the ultimate flex of a chosen one. Your revenge is your elevation. Your retaliation is your radical peace. While they are losing sleep, trying to figure out how to stop your rise, you are resting in the shadow of the Almighty. The universe is about to make a public spectacle of their failure. The relationships they used to replace you will turn toxic. The resources they stole from you will turn to dust in their hands. Everything they thought they gained by breaking you is infected with the karma of their own cruelty. They wanted to isolate you, but all they did was clear the room so the universe could deliver your blessings without interference. They wanted to silence you, but all they did was give you a story so powerful it will echo for generations. They handed you the exact ingredients you needed to step into your ultimate power. The poison they fed you, you metabolized it into strength. The darkness they threw you into, it only forced your eyes to adjust, giving you the ability to see every hidden motive, every fake smile, every secret agenda. You are no longer the naive, trusting soul who believed everyone had a good heart. You are a warrior, forged in the fires of their betrayal, equipped with a sixth sense that makes demons tremble. And as you stand here, unbreakable and radiant, their downfall is the background music to your coronation. The stage is set. The universe has taken the gavel. The verdict is in. You are about to watch the empire of lies they built crumble to the ground, and there is absolutely nothing they can do to stop it. Let us step directly into the architecture of their ruin. You need to understand that the empire they built against you was never made of stone. It was made of smoke, mirrors, and borrowed energy. Your energy. They constructed their entire false reality on the assumption that you would forever remain their unlimited supply of light, grace, and forgiveness. They genuinely believed they could keep draining you, discarding you, and walking away clean. But the moment you severed that cord, the moment you stepped out of the emotional matrix they designed to keep you confused, their foundation instantly turned to sand. And right now, as you listen to this, they are feeling the ground give way beneath their feet. You see, the downfall of the enemy who tried to destroy you is not going to look like a Hollywood movie. It is going to look like a slow, agonizing psychological starvation. They are parasites who just lost their primary host, and the hunger is driving them insane. Without your light to reflect off of, their true colors are starting to show, and the people around them are beginning to flinch at the sight. The mask they wore so perfectly when they were trying to convince the world that you were the problem is beginning to melt onto their face. They are slipping up. They are getting sloppy. The rehearsed lines are starting to sound hollow, and the fake smiles are trembling at the edges, because the spiritual weight of what they did to you is finally crushing their chest. Imagine the absolute terror of waking up every single day knowing that the person you tried to bury is not only alive but thriving on a frequency you cannot even touch. They check your pages. They ask about you in hushed tones. They monitor your silence, hoping to find just one crack, one sign that their poison is still working. But they find nothing. They find an impenetrable wall of peace. Your silence is violently loud to them. Every day you wake up and refuse to play their game, you are actively dismantling their ego. You didn't even have to draw a sword. Your refusal to bleed for them anymore is what is dealing the fatal blow. Let's talk about the specific mechanics of the karma they are currently drowning in. When they sat in those secret circles and spoke dirt onto your name, they thought their words evaporated into the air. They did not realize that in the spiritual realm, words of malice spoken against a chosen one are treated as legal contracts. They signed a contract with chaos the moment they decided to make you their target. And now, chaos has come to collect. You are going to watch the very things they prize most begin to rot from the inside out. If they prized their reputation, watch how quickly the community turns on them. The flying monkeys, the people they manipulated into turning against you, are going to be the exact same people who tear them apart. Why? Because manipulators cannot turn off their manipulation. The same toxic tactics they used on you, they are now using on their own circle. The loyalty they bought with lies is expiring. The friends who blindly supported their smear campaign are waking up with a bitter taste in their mouths, realizing they were used as pawns in a sick game of jealousy. The isolation they tried to force you into is now becoming their permanent address. If they prized their financial stability or their career, watch how the opportunities mysteriously dry up. Watch how the doors they used to walk through so easily suddenly lock from the inside. They will experience unexplainable delays, sudden losses, and a lingering sense of lack that no amount of money can fix. They thought they were taking your opportunities, but all they did was steal your obstacles, taking on the heavy lifting of the universe's lessons while you walked away free. Every resource they acquired while trying to step on your neck is cursed. It carries the heavy, suffocating vibration of theft, and it will drain them faster than it sustains them. But the most brutal part of their downfall, the part that will leave them completely hollowed out, is the spiritual bankruptcy. Chosen one, you survived because you are connected to the source. When you were on the floor, weeping in confusion, the Creator was breathing new life into your lungs. You had a reservoir of divine strength to draw from. They do not. Their strength was always an illusion, propped up by stolen energy and fragile pride. Now that the universe has placed a protective hedge around you, they are cut off. They are spiritually suffocating. They are walking around with a void in their soul that is screaming for relief. But there is no relief for someone who refuses to repent for touching the anointed. You must understand the depth of the cosmic setup that took place here. The universe did not let you go through this betrayal just to teach you a lesson about boundaries. It allowed this to happen to expose the enemy to themselves and to the world. They thought they were the architects of your demise, but they were merely actors in a divine play orchestrated to display your ultimate resilience. The Most High allowed them to push you to the absolute edge, not to let you fall, but to show them that even at the edge of the abyss, you can still fly. And now, the regret is settling in. It is a quiet, venomous regret that bites them when they are alone in the dark. They remember how deeply you loved them. They remember how fiercely you protected them. They remember the grace you extended to them time and time again when they did not deserve a fraction of it. They threw away the purest connection they will ever experience in this lifetime. because their ego could not handle the blinding truth of your light. They traded a diamond for a handful of dirt, and now they are staring at their filthy hands, realizing they can never wash them clean. Do not expect a public apology, chosen one. Narcissistic, toxic enemies would rather swallow glass than admit they were wrong. But do not mistake their silence for peace. Their pride is their prison. They are trapped in a self-made hell, where they are forced to watch you ascend, while they are chained to the consequences of their own actions. You will see it in their eyes if you ever cross paths with them again. The arrogance is gone, replaced by a nervous, flickering energy. They know what you are now. They know what they awakened. This is the season of divine vindication. You do not need to defend your character. The universe is defending it for you. You do not need to clear your name. The universe is making your name untouchable. The very people who listened to the lies are now questioning the liar. The narrative has flipped. The stage is rotating. The spotlight that was once used to interrogate you is now exposing the deepest, darkest, most pathetic insecurities of the people who tried to break you. You are witnessing a masterclass in cosmic justice. The things they did to you, the gaslighting, the smear campaigns, the financial sabotage, the emotional abuse, were all seeds planted in the soil of their own future. And now, it is harvest time. They are being forced to reap a crop of thorns, and there is no shelter from the storm they conjured. Your only job right now is to stay seated in your power. Do not gloat. Do not lower your vibration to match their misery. Do not reach out to save them from the fire they started. Your interference would only interrupt the lesson the universe is carving into their soul. Keep your eyes forward. Keep your heart pure. Let your success be the absolute, undeniable proof that the enemy failed completely. They wanted you dead spiritually, mentally, and physically. But here you are, breathing, evolving, and radiating a frequency of power that makes the entire spiritual realm stand up and take notice. The downfall is happening right now, behind the scenes, in the boardrooms, in their living rooms, in the dead of night when they cannot sleep. The structure is groaning. The beams are snapping. The roof is caving in on the empire of lies. And you, chosen one, get to watch it all from the safety of the sanctuary you built out of the very stones they threw at you. The collapse has only just begun. Chosen one, to fully comprehend the magnitude of what is unfolding, you must look beyond the physical surface of their lives and observe the spiritual decay taking root in their foundation. When they launched their campaign against you, they operated under the arrogant delusion that they were the authors of your destiny. They believed their whispered lies, their coordinated isolation tactics, and their cold, calculated betrayals were the final word on your worth. But they made the gravest mistake a human being can make. They confused your temporary season of testing with a permanent state of defeat. They looked at your bleeding heart and assumed the universe had abandoned you. They did not realize that your pain was not a burial, it was a planting. And while they celebrated what they thought was your demise, the soil of your suffering was quietly germinating the most spectacular era of your life. They completely misread your silence. When you stopped arguing, when you stopped defending your character against their manufactured smears, they took that as a victory. They high-fived in the shadows, congratulating themselves on finally breaking the unbreakable. But your silence was never a surrender. Your silence was a strategic withdrawal mandated by the Most High. You stopped speaking to them so that the universe could start speaking for you. You were holding the rope that kept them from plummeting into their own karmic abyss. And out of the sheer goodness of your heart, you held on until your hands bled. But the moment you finally let go, the moment you realized your energy was too sacred to waste on demons masquerading as friends, gravity took over. And right now, They are in a terrifying, uncontrolled freefall. The air around them is growing remarkably thin. The false reality they constructed is requiring too much oxygen to sustain, and they are suffocating under the weight of their own contradictions. You see, a lie requires constant maintenance. It requires endless rehearsals, memory checks, and emotional manipulation to keep the audience convinced. When they first painted you as the villain, it was easy because they had the element of surprise. But time is the ultimate enemy of a liar. As the days have turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, the people they manipulated are starting to notice the discrepancies. The flying monkeys are waking up from the spell. The community that once nodded along to their gossip is now watching them with narrowed, suspicious eyes. The spotlight they tried to keep fixed on your alleged flaws has dramatically swung around, and it is now blasting raw, unforgiving light onto their hidden motives. This is the phase of the downfall, where their internal world becomes a torture chamber. Every time they close their eyes, they are haunted by the memory of your grace. They remember how you showed up for them when the rest of the world turned its back. They remember the warmth of your unconditional support, the brilliance of your mind, and the purity of your intentions. They threw away a once-in-a-lifetime connection for a fleeting moment of ego-driven power, and the realization of what they have lost is gnawing at their sanity. They are watching you enter an entirely new era of authority, peace, and abundance. And it is physically making them sick, because they know they are the ones who handed you the keys to your kingdom by pushing you into the fire. Listen to me closely, chosen one, because this requires your immediate spiritual alignment. The warfare you have survived was a coordinated attempt to starve you of your resources and silence your divine calling. But God is raising up an army of truth, and this channel is a sanctuary for those who have been deeply wounded and wildly misunderstood. I am passionately asking you to support this channel by sowing a seed through the link pinned in the comments below. When you sow into God's work, you are actively funding the exposure of darkness. You are providing the spiritual and practical ammunition needed to broadcast this truth to millions of souls who are still trapped in the matrix of narcissistic abuse. Your support sustains this ministry and declares to the enemy that their attempts to bankrupt the children of light have failed completely. Go to the comments right now and type this prophetic word, untouchable. Decree it over your household, your finances, and your future. You are untouchable, and your vindication is sealed. Now let us delve into the exact mechanics of their psychological unraveling. The downfall of your enemy is rooted in the agonizing realization that they are entirely replaceable to the universe, while you are absolutely necessary. They spent so much time studying you, mimicking your traits, and trying to steal your spiritual signature that they completely lost themselves in the process. Have you noticed how empty their eyes look now? Have you noticed how hollow their achievements feel? They are walking around wearing the stolen garments of your discarded traits, hoping the world will not notice the fraud. But the universe recognizes authenticity instantly, and it forcefully rejects counterfeits. They thought they were stripping you of your identity, but they were only stripping away the layers of false tolerance you had built up to accommodate their toxicity. They did you the greatest favor of your life by forcing you into the darkest, most isolated corners of betrayal. They forced you to discover the inextinguishable light that exists within your own soul. You learned how to self-soothe. You learned how to validate your own experiences without needing their permission. You learned how to stand completely alone and realize that you are an entire army all by yourself. They meant to break your heart, but all they did was break the chains that were keeping you tethered to their low vibrational existence. And because you chose to heal rather than hate, the spiritual laws of compensation have been activated on your behalf. For every tear you cried in secret, A new door of opportunity is being unlocked. For every sleepless night you spent agonizing over their cruelty, a new level of wisdom has been downloaded into your spirit. The shifting of your life's eras is happening with breathtaking speed. You are transitioning from the era of being the misunderstood scapegoat into the era of being the undeniable victor. Meanwhile, they are trapped in a recursive loop of self-destruction. The universe is not punishing them arbitrarily. It is simply allowing them to eat the fruit of the seeds they planted. They planted betrayal, so they are now being betrayed by the very people they trusted. They planted gossip, so their own secrets are now being whispered in the corridors they used to control. They planted financial and emotional sabotage, so their own resources are mysteriously drying up, and their emotional stability is crumbling. It is the inescapable law of cause and effect. You cannot throw acid on a child of the light and expect the wind not to blow it right back into your own face. They are terrified of you now. They will never admit it. But your presence, even your digital presence, your mere existence in the world, sends a shiver of dread down their spine. They know that you possess the receipts. They know that you see the absolute truth of who they are. Stripped of their titles, their fake smiles, and their carefully curated public personas, you are the walking, breathing mirror that reflects their ultimate failure, and they cannot stand to look at you. Do you understand the magnitude of the power you hold? You survived an assassination attempt on your soul. They aimed for your spirit. They aimed for your mind. They aimed for your very will to live. And yet, here you are. You did not just survive, you mutated into something entirely impervious to their weapons. You are colder to their manipulation, sharper in your discernment, and wiser in your distribution of access. You have closed the VIP section of your life, and the bouncer at the door is your newly forged intuition. They are standing outside in the cold, pressing their faces against the glass, watching you feast at the table that the Lord has prepared for you in the presence of your enemies. They are begging for a crumb of your attention, a reaction, a moment of anger, anything to prove that they still matter to you. But you are giving them nothing but the agonizing sound of your continued elevation. You have starved them of their favorite drug, your emotional response. This is what true vindication looks like. It is not screaming matches or desperate attempts to prove your side of the story. It is the quiet, devastating power of outgrowing the people who tried to shrink you. It is the realization that the worst thing they could possibly do to you has already been done, and it completely failed to stop your destiny. You are standing on the peak of the mountain they tried to bury you under, and as you look down at the rubble of their collapsing empire, you finally understand the brilliant, flawless design of the universe. The enemy was never sent to destroy you. The enemy was sent to introduce you to your own unbreakable strength. And now that the introduction is complete, their role in your story is officially over. Watch them fall, because the descent has already begun, and there are absolutely no safety nets left for those who intentionally tamper with a soul marked, sealed and shielded by the Creator. Chosen one, you are stepping into a phase of divine vindication so precise, so breathtakingly absolute, and so publicly undeniable that it will forever alter how you view the spiritual laws of this universe. You are no longer waiting for justice. You are standing directly in the center of its execution. The same people who gathered in secret to pass judgment on your life, the ones who appointed themselves as the arrogant architects of your ruin, are now realizing that they meticulously built their own spiritual prison. And the most terrifying part for them? The heavy iron doors have locked from the outside, and the universe has thrown the keys into an ocean of no return. Let us dissect the exact nature of the judgment they are currently suffocating under, because you need to understand that this is not random. It is surgical. When they plotted against you, they assumed that power was determined by numbers. They looked at their group chats, their whispered alliances, their shared smirks, and their coordinated smear campaigns, and they felt invincible. They believed that because they had the majority, they had the authority. But they were profoundly, tragically mistaken. They forgot the most ancient rule of spiritual warfare: one chosen one standing in the truth, heavily outnumbers 1,000 cowards hiding inside a lie. And now, that lie is rapidly expiring. The glue holding their fragile, toxic alliance together was never love, loyalty, or mutual respect. It was never a genuine bond. It was simply a shared, consuming jealousy of your light. You were the common denominator that kept them entertained. Without you as their target, without your pure, radiant energy to feed on and extract from, they have absolutely nothing left to unite them. Watch closely as the infighting begins. The same sharp tongues they used to assassinate your character in secret are now turning on each other with brutal precision. The betrayer always betrays, it is their nature. The manipulator always manipulates, it is their only language. The people who smiled warmly in your face while driving a knife into your back are currently experiencing the agonizing paranoia of wondering who in their own circle is holding a knife for them. They cannot trust anyone, because they know exactly how easy it is to destroy someone behind closed doors. Their social circles are devolving into paranoid, toxic echo chambers. Every sideways glance, every unanswered text, every quiet room they walk into feels like a calculated threat. They are living in a constant state of hypervigilance, tormented by the very environment of isolation, anxiety, and distrust that they tried so desperately to force upon you. This is the divine boomerang in full, unapologetic effect. Every single ounce of suffering they tried to inject into your life is returning to sender, multiplied by the spiritual weight of their arrogance. They wanted you to feel abandoned and alone, so the universe is systematically removing their authentic support systems, leaving them surrounded by users and sycophants. They wanted your good name dragged through the mud and stained with rumors, so the universe is exposing their deepest, most shameful insecurities to the very people they tried to impress. They wanted you to question your sanity, to feel like you were losing your grip on reality. And now they are the ones lying awake at 3 a.m., staring blankly at the ceiling. They are haunted by a crushing, unexplainable anxiety that no medication, no mindless distraction, and no empty validation can cure. You see, karma for touching a chosen one does not always look like an immediate theatrical lightning strike. Sometimes, it looks like a slow, inescapable rotting of the soul. It looks like a life that appears perfectly fine on the surface, painted with fake smiles and curated social media posts, but is completely devoid of peace on the inside. They are spiritually bankrupt. The joy has been siphoned from their achievements. The money they make feels hollow and cursed. The relationships they meticulously curate feel like heavy, exhausting performances that they cannot afford to maintain. They are walking around in a self-made purgatory, desperate for just one drop of the authentic, organic peace that flows so effortlessly through your veins. And here is the ultimate, heart-melting truth that you must absorb deep into your spirit right now. Your decision to heal is the exact weapon that defeated them. You did not have to match their toxicity. You did not have to lower your frequency to roll in the mud with people who belong in it. You simply had to survive the initial, breathtaking shock of their deception. Gather your broken pieces from the floor and hand them over to the Most High. The very moment you decided to heal instead of retaliate, you rendered them entirely powerless. You took away their remote control. You took a pair of spiritual scissors and cut the invisible, draining cords of trauma bonding they tried to attach to your spirit. You became an untouchable ghost to their chaos, and a brilliant masterpiece to the universe. Can you even begin to imagine the psychological torment of being them right now? They are obsessively monitoring your elevation from fake accounts, and through the whispers of mutual acquaintances. They are watching you step effortlessly into rooms they can only dream of entering. They are seeing you attract high-vibrational, fiercely loyal, and loving connections that make their fake friendships look like cheap, brittle plastic. They are witnessing your mind sharpen, your boundaries solidify like steel, and your aura expand until it lights up every space you occupy. They thought they left you for dead in the wilderness, hoping the wolves would finish you off. But you emerged from those woods, wearing the fur of the wolves, leading the entire pack. You are the living, breathing, undeniable proof that their dark magic failed. Every time you smile a genuine smile, it feels like a physical blow to their fragile ego. Every time you succeed, it is a glaring, inescapable reminder of the cosmic mistake they made by choosing you as their enemy. They are realizing, with a sickening, dizzying drop in their stomachs, that they were never the main characters in this story. They were never the directors. They were merely the resistance training the universe used to build your spiritual muscles. They were the intense friction required to polish your diamond until it blinded them. They were the violent storm that watered the dormant seeds of your ultimate destiny. And now that their assigned purpose in your narrative has been completely fulfilled, they are being swiftly and silently discarded by the universe. They have been spiritually evicted from the timeline of your greatness. You must understand that the separation you are experiencing right now is not a loss, it is a divine quarantine. The universe aggressively removed them from your proximity, because the places you are about to go require a level of purity, integrity, and spiritual clearance that they simply do not, and will never possess. If they had stayed in your life, their rotting, termite-infested foundation would have eventually compromised the breathtaking empire you are building. The betrayal was brutal, yes. The deception was heart-wrenching and cruel. But it was the most loving, fiercely protective act the universe could have ever orchestrated for you. The disguise had to be ripped off their faces. The masks had to fall. You had to see the venom dripping from their fangs, so you would finally stop trying to warm cold-blooded snakes inside your own trusting chest. Now, as they drown in the shallow, muddy waters of their own making, you are miraculously walking on the ocean. You have mastered the high art of divine detachment. You no longer care if they apologize, because an apology from a demon holds no weight. You no longer need them to see your side of the story, because their perception of you is no longer your problem. You no longer require their validation to know that your heart is pure, your soul is rare, and your calling is monumental. You have officially graduated from the exhausting academy of human approval, and you have received your degree directly from the Creator. Their downfall is not just about their punishment, it is about the loud, undeniable restoration of universal balance. It is a cosmic declaration that light will always, inevitably, and violently conquer the dark. The tears you cried in secret were carefully collected, meticulously measured, and turned into the very flood that is currently washing away their fraudulent empire. You are standing on solid, unshakable rock, wrapped in a peace that entirely surpasses all human understanding. Watching the house they built on sand completely collapse under the weight of the incoming tide. Hold your peace. Stand completely still in your newfound power. Do not look back with longing, and absolutely do not look back with pity. Let the universe finish the masterpiece of your vindication. The final act is already in motion, and no human hand, no whispered conspiracy, and no coordinated alliance can pause the divine script that is playing out before your very eyes. This is the ultimate, irreversible conclusion of a war you never asked to fight, but one you were born to absolutely dominate. The curtain is rapidly falling on the empire of lies that was constructed specifically to keep you bound, small and silent. Look at the landscape of your life right now. The dust is settling, the smoke is clearing, and as the toxic fog lifts, you are left standing in the absolute, blinding clarity of divine victory, while those who plotted against you are left grasping at the empty, suffocating air of their failed ambitions. They truly believed they could break a vessel that was intricately molded by the hands of the Most High. They looked at your softness and mistook it for weakness. They looked at your patience and diagnosed it as stupidity. They mistook your willingness to give second, third, and fourth chances as a green light, to continue wiping their dirty feet on your grace. But they failed to realize that the same universe that commands the gentle, nourishing rain also commands the consuming, unstoppable fire. By pushing you past your human limit, they forced you to retreat into the secret place of your own spiritual power. And when you emerged from that holy isolation, you were no longer someone they could play with. You became a spiritual hazard to every fake, unaligned, and toxic thing in your environment. Their downfall is now absolute. It is complete. It is sealed in the spiritual realm and heavily manifesting on the earth. There will be no second chances for them to sabotage your peace. The door to your life has been permanently, divinely welded shut against their energy, and they are left standing outside in the freezing cold of their own consequences. The universe has taken the exact paint they used to smear your beautiful name, and used it to paint a glowing, inescapable target on their own choices. They are reaping every seed of deceit, every dark harvest of betrayal, and every bitter crop of cruelty they ever sowed into your life. You must understand the psychological prison they are currently locked inside. While you are sleeping peacefully, their nights are plagued with the agonizing playback of their own mistakes. They are realizing that they did not just lose a friend, a partner, or a confidant. They lost their covering. You were the umbrella shielding them from the karmic rain, and the moment they pushed you out into the storm, they left themselves completely exposed to the elements. The resources they thought they secured by betraying you are turning to dust in their hands. The alliances they built on the foundation of hating you are crumbling, because thieves and liars can never truly trust one another. They are looking around their shrinking lives, terrified of their own shadows, wondering when the next consequence is going to drop. And as they eat the bitter fruit of their own hands, you are being formally invited to a royal banquet prepared exclusively for your honor. You are no longer defined by the trauma they inflicted. You are no longer bound by the tears you cried on cold bathroom floors when nobody was there to hold you, when you felt like your very chest was caving in from the weight of their deception. Every secret wound you carried, every silent groan of pain that escaped your lips in the dead of night, it has all been magically transformed into raw spiritual authority. The enemy tried to give you a spirit of heaviness, hoping you would sink to the bottom of the ocean and drown in self-doubt. But you have been clothed in a garment of absolute power. They tried to give you ashes, but you have been crowned with a breathtaking beauty that makes people stop in their tracks. They tried to give you mourning, but you are overflowing with an unshakable, heart-melting joy that no human being, no narcissist, and no manipulator can ever steal from you again. The shift is complete. The tables are not just turned, they have been completely flipped, cleared, and set with a feast of vindication. You are stepping into a season of unprecedented, accelerated restoration. Everything the locusts of betrayal ate away from you, your time, your joy, your resources, your peace of mind, your innocent trust, is being returned to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The universe is heavily compensating you for the damage to your soul. You are free. You are whole. You are completely, irrevocably vindicated. Look at how you handle yourself now. You do not react to the noise. You do not jump when they try to pull invisible strings. You have starved them of the one currency they desperately needed to survive your attention. Your indifference is the loudest, most devastating weapon you could have ever deployed. It tells them that they are no longer a threat, no longer a priority, and no longer relevant to your timeline. You have graduated from the academy of their toxic games, and you hold a degree in discernment that makes you untouchable to their kind forever. Take a deep, cleansing breath. Chosen one, let the tension permanently leave your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Relax your hands. Release the last lingering remnants of pain, anger, and betrayal into the atmosphere. You do not need to hold on to the hurt anymore to prove that it happened. You do not need to carry the armor. The war is over. The universe has taken the case. The verdict has been rendered, and your innocence has been declared before all of creation. Now close your eyes, open your heart, and let this prayer wash over your soul, healing every single place that was ever bruised by the hands of the wicked. A heart-melting prayer of restoration and vindication. Heavenly Father, Creator of the universe, and ultimate protector of the anointed, I bring this precious, battle-tested chosen one before your throne of infinite grace right now. Father, you saw every single moment they suffered in agonizing silence. You counted every heavy tear that fell from their eyes when the weight of betrayal felt entirely too heavy to carry. You were there in the dark, silent rooms when their heart was breaking, when the people they fiercely loved and trusted turned into their most ruthless enemies. You heard the cruel whispers, you saw the hidden traps being laid, and you felt the deep, searing pain of every knife that was driven into their back. Lord, right now, I ask that you wrap your holy, comforting, and impenetrable arms around this beautiful soul. Breathe your divine, soothing peace directly into their lungs. Heal the hidden, aching scars that human words could never reach. Touch the deepest, most guarded chambers of their heart, where grief, betrayal, and confusion have tried to make a permanent home, and completely wash it out. Replace that pain with an overflowing, unshakable, and radiant sense of your love and fierce protection. Father, I thank you for being their ultimate defender. I thank you that you did not allow the enemy's wicked plot to prosper for even a second longer than it took to build this chosen one's strength. You took the very weapon that was forged to end their spiritual life and miraculously turned it into the precise instrument of their elevation. Lord, as the enemy is forced to reap the exact harvest of their own cruelty, I pray that you keep this chosen one sheltered deeply in the secret place of your presence. Keep their heart pure. Guard their brilliant mind against any lingering bitterness, envy, or anger. Grant them the supreme grace to stand in complete, quiet detachment, knowing that their vindication belongs entirely and exclusively to you. I pray for a massive, undeniable, and miraculous divine restoration over every single area of their life. Where they were stripped of their peace, restore a double measure of unshakable calm. Where they were financially, socially, or emotionally sabotaged, open the heavy windows of heaven and pour out blessings so vast, so sudden, and so overwhelming that they will not have room enough to receive them all. Surround them with authentic, high-vibrational, fiercely loyal souls who will love them, honor them, respect their boundaries, and protect their brilliant light. Cover their home, their mind, their body, and their glorious future with the precious, impenetrable shield of your divine protection. Let every person who looks at them see the undeniable evidence of your favor resting heavily upon their life. Lord, let them walk into this new, breathtaking era with their head held incredibly high, fully knowing that they are deeply loved, specifically chosen, heavily anointed, and completely untouchable. Let every single step they take from this day forward be on wholly victorious ground. The war is definitively over. The ultimate victory is won, and their beautiful soul is permanently free. In the almighty, matchless, and sovereign name of the Most High, I pray and declare it absolutely done. Amen.